the titles. Barrister Darlington, good evening. How are you?
Esther herself, how are you doing?
I am fine. Who is Esther herself?
You and yourself.
Me and myself and I.
Yeah,
Barrister,
yes.
how are you? It rained a bit today.
Yeah.
Not everywhere though, but the weather was quite cool. It's needed. How are you? You look good.
Yeah, I like the weather like this, you know.
Mm.
It's just that we don't have enough hospital
Oh, so that
that will accommodate the outcome.
the outcome of the woman, I don't understand. Help me explain what that means. Are you referring to the hospital like 9 months later or what?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
You know there is a mating season.
Oh, really?
Even
So
for
this is
even for lower animals. Not to talk of higher animals.
Barrister Darlington. God forgive you. God forgive you.
After all, China is 1.4 million.
Oh, really?
We never start safe.
We never start. No, I would suggest that we should reduce our population right now. I don't think we want a population explosion.
Then
China has decided to even restart, in increasing their population. They're experiencing more elderly persons than young persons.
You can see now. So if you want them to lower, then give young men a job so that they can be busy in the factory.
Well, apparently they have a lot of young men already doing that. But I said that quite a lot actually took place today. And I'm actually happy that you're the one in the studio today because I need you to give us that legal context to this. So the federal government has closed a case as the court admits DSS report linking Nnamdi Kanu to hashtag #EndSARS violence. I don't know how that happened. So this is basically what it is. The federal government today closed its case in the ongoing trial of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Well, that particular proscription matter is still in court over charges bordering on terrorism and treason. So the prosecuting counsel, Adegboyega Awomolo, announced the closure after the fifth prosecution witness condemned codenamed EEE, concluded his testimony before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. So this is how Justice Awomolo said it. I therefore close the case. This was the declaration, and he expressed confidence that the evidence tendered, including video broadcast and intelligence reports, had sufficiently established a prima facie case against the IPOB leader. So following the prosecution's announcement, Kanu's lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, informed the court of their intention to file a no-case submission, signaling that the defense believes the prosecution has failed to establish a case worth answering. So earlier in the day's proceedings, Justice Omotosho admitted into evidence a Department of State Services report that allegedly connects Kanu to the killings of 186 police officers and the destruction of 164 police stations during the hashtag #EndSARS protest. The report was tendered by Awomolo through PW5, a DSS operative identified only as EEE, citing security concerns. The operative said he was deployed to investigate the widespread destruction of public assets and the death of security personnel, acts he claimed were incited by Kanu's broadcast. Exhibits admitted included a damage assessment report, death certificates, and certificate of compliance. Although the defense objected to the admissibility of these documents, Justice Omotosho ruled to reserve arguments for a later date. Now, under cross-examination by Dr. Onyeche Bazo, counsel to the defendant, the DSS operative admitted that the voluminous report contained no direct link tying IPOB members to the death. This is a quote. There is no single caption that links death directly to IPOB on any page. While maintaining the assertion that Kanu's statement incited violence, Ibazo questioned the witness' scope of investigation and pointed out that activist Aisha Yusufu also was vocal during the #EndSARS protest was not also investigated. That is what he said. He questioned the witness' scope of investigation and pointed out that the activist Aisha Yusufu, who was also vocal during the #EndSARS protest, was not investigated. According to what he said, that is a prosecution witness, my assignment was not to investigate Biafra or individuals like Aisha Yusufu, but to assess damage from the hashtag #EndSARS protest. So he was to assess the damage from the hashtag #EndSARS protest and not to investigate Nnamdi Kanu or Aisha Yusufu. When he was pressed further, he conceded. Okay, there's a reason why these terms are very important for us to get proper context in. So So during cross-examination, for example, he also conceded that photographs in the report bore no dates and that he had not signed the report. It is true that I didn't sign the report, but I certified it as a secretary. After hearing both parties, the court granted 14 days for the prosecution and defense to file written arguments on the no case submission and an additional 2 days for replies. Justice Omotosho then adjourned the case to July 18 for the adoption of final submissions on whether the trial should proceed or be dismissed. Can you help me interpret this, especially
Yes,
people's
Esther,
legal
yes.
technologies?
So far, nothing tangible has been achieved.
Okay.
Because nothing concrete. Because you are talking of terrorism here. The last time I checked, one of the things that the terrorist is known for is arms.
Okay.
Arms. So far in this trial, nobody have told us that they saw Nnamdi Kanu with a gun on him or at home or in the hotel where he was arrested. Nobody. So how can you now be a terrorist without arms? Who are you not? Are you terrorizing them with your mouth? Esther, so many people have said so many things that is worse than what they are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of in this country. True or false? I mean, the one that annoyed me most was this other Sheikh Tenshi, who came
Sheikh
out.
Tenshi.
Yes,
Okay.
who told us that God told him that they should kill Tinubu's wife, that she is an infidel. Did it not happen in this country, Esther?
It did.
Which one is more inciting? Which one is more provocative than that statement? Please tell me. We are talking of the first lady, Tinubu's wife. Yet nobody arrested him. Nobody prosecuted him. Yet they are holding on to, you know, a drowning man catches at a straw. This DSA, they are just looking for something to say. How do you link in the card with answer protest?
And the
Look at
enforced
the
violence.
word.
I am trying to understand how he constituted that.
Look at the word end SARS. So how did Nnamdi Kanu come into this matter? Nigerian youth protested against police brutality. Is that not what happened?
Yeah.
So how did Nnamdi Kanu cause it? My dear, when you see a case that has no meaning, you will know from the beginning. Remember on several occasions, these DSS, when they asked it, they said no. At a point, Justice Omotosho got angry and said if they are not ready, they should stop coming. Remember, they did not do it and say anything tangible now. When are they going to say it? They have already closed their case. That means they have exhausted all the things they need to do. That's the meaning. It was the prosecution that said they are closing their case. Nobody forced them. That means they have exhausted everything they needed to do. Is that not true? All the witnesses were just rambling. No tangible evidence. Remember the man who arrested him in one hotel, what he said? He said all those things have even lost credibility because of time and energy. They are no longer useless to this. They are no longer useful to this case. Is that not what he said? So are you going to bring those people into the matter? That you saw him with whatever tape, flash drive, all those things. Those things, what are they?
Miniature
Is that what the
transmitter.
terrorists carry?
Telephones.
Esther, is that what the terror? Because you are talking of terrorism here. Is that what the terrorists carry? That's what we are saying here. All this thing that he said something. Many politicians have said worse things than Nnamdi Kanu in this country. Evidence are there. Esther, evidence are there. These people that are killing people all over the country, didn't you see Mieti Allah leaders making inciting and provocative statements? They came out and told you how they wanted to kill an elected governor called Otom in Benue State. They were even posting that the man that was supposed to shoot, the man made a mistake, that next time they will tell him how to be very careful. Otom had to run like a whipped dog from his farm in Benue State. Esther, it happened in this country. Did anybody prosecute Mieti Allah leaders? Did anybody call them? Please, look, you see this trial, it is even telling people what is going on. It's unfortunate, seriously. We left the leprosy, the real leprosy that is destroying our life, and we are chasing shadows. I mean, a cancer that is eating us. We left it and we are chasing shadows. So this is that is going on now that people have to visit Benue State. It wasn't the Kanu that caused it, Abi. Esther, it wasn't
No,
the Kanu.
no, it's just like you went to court today, so this is the outcome of the court today.
But
Nobody
what
is
I'm
connecting
saying,
what happened.
these are things that should give me solid evidence before the court. That he was the one that did this, He finished an entire village. He was leading the assault. That Nnamdi Kanu was captured in picture, carrying gun, shooting. We saw him. Everybody identified him when he was killing people somewhere. Did you hear or see such a thing? So how do you call somebody a protest because he was protesting and making demand from the government? Is that what you call a terrorist? Then everybody is a terrorist in Nigeria. Yes, now because even the president, he made a demand from PDP when he was in opposition. Did he not protest? Didn't Tinubu protest in this country?
Very well.
Did anybody call him a terrorist for doing
Very
that?
well. There were even talks of establishing a shadow government
What
at
are
the
you talking
time.
about?
Vice President
Why
Yemi
did you
Osinbajo
threaten
was in that interview when he made that statement.
One of their leaders, APC, threatened that baboons and monkeys will soak in their own blood. In this country, nobody called them a terrorist. He made a statement inciting what? Those things that does not add up. It cannot.
All right, Barrister, still on court cases, the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Maitama in Abuja today granted the suspended senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Dwagan, bail on the sum of 50 million naira and one shorty, who must be a person of reasonable integrity and also resident in the FCT, owns a landed property within the Abuja Municipal Area Council. So Justice Chizoba Oji, who is a trial judge, made the declaration in a ruling after taking arguments for and against the bail application from the parties in the suit. I want us to take a listen to some persons who were in the court today, along with Natasha Akpoti. Aisha Yusufu was there. Precious Oribebi was there. Her husband, she was accompanied to the court with her husband, Obi Ezekwesili as well, accompanied her to the court today. Let's take a brief listen to Aisha Yusufu speaking with the press after that particular interview.
So, as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I feel sad. I feel saddened that we're here doing this when there are so many things that the federal government should be focused on. The federal government decided to charge Senator Natasha to court. And the fact that she's not even built on self-recognizance, that's something, that should worry every one of us. With all the things that we have going on, how does it mean? Why is it that the federal government is not taking on the sexual harassment allegation that were made? Why are they selective in the way they're doing? It is between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. On what basis is the federal government coming in when a lot of the petition that Senator Natasha herself had put out has not been done? We can't continue to have selective justice. Selective justice is injustice. And the more this keeps going on, if they can do it to her, who else is safe in this country? We're being told that when something is done against you and you speak out to someone who they perceive as being powerful, even though they are not powerful, remember that the office of the citizen is the highest office in the land. But when it's done to someone perceived to be powerful, the federal government brings out its might. We have terrorists who are out there doing videos every day, insulting us, every day calling us out. The federal government is not doing everything to go after them. But it's to sit down on a case that they have no business with. If it's an allegation has been made, and Senator Akpabio feels that an allegation has been made against him, then he should go to court. Why are they using the taxpayers' money on this frivolity that we have right now? And so for me, at the end of the day, is that every Nigerian, we're all on trial. And I will take the words of Senator Natasha. This injustice shall not prevail. It shall not be sustained. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, Barrister Darlington, how would you describe this?
Each other. I don't get it. No, in this administration, are they in a secret court where they watch each other's back? Nigerians should be asking questions, because this one I don't understand. Nobody have told me where and how the federal government got involved in this matter. Nobody. And look at how they have selected the one they want to choose and the one they don't want even to talk about. Is that justice? It's very, very sad. Serious, very, very sad. The suspension that is not constitutional, that the woman went to court, nobody talking about it. It is not this allegation that they want to assassinate him that people are now running after. Can you just imagine? Even Yahya Bello, who have a case to answer. Eh? So the federal government is equally defending that one too, Abi. Because Natasha mentioned
Actually, on his 50th birthday, the president kind of wished him a happy birthday, and Nigerians said the president shouldn't have done so
in fact,
because he's still under the watch list of
I'm
the
telling
ESCC,
you, I'm telling
and
you.
he's filled with a lot of corruption allegation.
Uh-uh.
Why would the president want to attach or be recognized with such a person?
I am telling you.
But some people said that he's not yet been convicted, so it's not bad if the president wishes him a happy birthday.
On what ground? Because he's an APC member, Abi. Is there any other reason? I said there is another group they are into that you are.
Well,
not
I want to
doing.
understand. Since Yahaya Bello is not yet convicted, is it wrong that the president wished him happy birthday?
Look, whether he has been convicted or not, the mere fact that he was avoiding an invitation by the EFCC and all that, is that not an indictment on himself? Why did it take all that time before he showed up after the ground had been waited for him? Can't you get it? Didn't you see all the pranks that was played before Yahaya Bello showed up? What does that tell you? Let any other person try that to tell you that there is a place these people belong that they don't know. That's why they always watch each other back. Look at Tompolo. Look at Tompolo, who was invited at EFCC for mutilating our currency. Look at him walking about, showing himself on the pages of newspaper every day. The EFCC have not deemed it fit to go and arrest him. Like they prosecuted other people. Remember that Bobrisky and the rest, and is it not chief priest? Were they not prosecuted in this country for the same offense? But somebody have done it. EFCC have not even deemed it fit to say, come and answer for it. Come and answer for it. Look at that matter will never see the light of the Esther. You can see how these people are destroying Nigeria. Because when you continue with this selective justice, you are making people more angry. You are making them to hate the Nigerian state. Because you are punishing others for the sins. You are punishing one person for the sins others committed. Because that person have no say. He has no godfather. He doesn't belong to your group. Is there any other reason?
All right, Barrister, let's move on to other topics. So, a group of angry youth today, they tore down billboards bearing the images of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in and the Kaduna State Governor Obasani. Another one too took place in Delta, where the youths to do the same thing brought down the billboards and banners of the president as well as the state governor of Omoye. And after this particular video went viral on social media and pictures, people were like, okay, it seems like the APC seems to not be having the kind of favorable reception they once had, during 2023 after the general elections. So what do you think this portends? A couple of persons feel that this is just for now, possibly because of the heightened insecurity across the country. They're not happy with the government of the day, but if things subsides, if the president is able to do the needful, where circumstances that Nigerians are going through is a little bit ameliorated, then they will forget their grievances and possibly go ahead with supporting this administration in 2027.
I don't think so. They will not allow it. Besides, all those
who will not allow it?
The youth, the Nigerian citizens.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Were you not aware that 2 or 3 days ago, this same Benway that is going through this bloodshed were actually out on the streets with placards in support of the presidency, even if you say they were sponsored?
Esther, when you hire people to do your bidding, look at the people that they lined up in the streets. Ignorant villagers, ignorant school children who were under the rain. Okay, these other people that came to put down the billboard and the banners, are they not from the same Benue? So that will tell you that yes, at a point something will give. At a point something will give. You cannot deceive all the people all the time. It's not possible. So people are not as stupid as you think. I have said it here that one of the greatest things that will make me happy is when Nigerians at least listen to what we have been saying, that look, your destiny is in your hands. They have cheated you more than 2 times. Don't allow the 3rd time to happen. Buhari did it the first time, second time. Now, we are seeing it in Tinubu. Because they have not shown that, yes, Nigerian people matter to them. Look at what characterized Buhari's tenure. Killings, 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 killings. Hardship. And we are being told, don't worry, this and that. In fact, I've been asking those people who are supporting Buhari, where are they? They come and tell us what Buhari did for us for 8 years. Esther, none of them can even talk now. But you saw when they were here defending Buhari, we thought it was PDP that time. Now Buhari has come. It's because we are not. Is there anything they did not do to support Buhari?
But why 50 million naira there for bail?
Is that the discretion of the court?
Okay.
It is at the discretion. There's no law that says you must charge, impose this or that fine and all that. Besides, the money is not paid cash. I hope I've said that before. It is what you are going to pay if your shorty or your bailer refuses to bring you to court or you jump bail. Like Abari did when Nnamdi Kanu ran for his dear life. So that money is just there. If you appear in court, nobody will remember and talk about it again.
All right. So while in Delta State as well, the youth took to the streets to destroy all of the president's campaign billboards erected in different parts of the state. Other politicians whose campaign posters aligns with the president were also not spared, either, including that of the state governor. The youth remained unfazed despite the presence of heavily armed military personnel in patrol vans deployed on a mission to disperse them. So their grievance is connected to the nationwide hardship and suffering, as well as a lack of basic infrastructure such as electricity, potable water, and good roads. President, here, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, we got some complaints via our WhatsApp. There's a particular community, I think local government in Lagos here, along that Ajake Salako by Babada area towards Bariga, thereabout.
Yeah, they don't have light.
For the past 1 week, since Saturday or Friday, and the Ikeja distribution, I don't know if it's Ikeja distribution that is in charge of that particular access, or I don't know. Is Ikeja. There has been no explanation as to what happened. That place has been in total darkness. Most of the areas there have their prepaid units. And I mean, there have been complaints about it for a while now. No official complaint as to why that place is totally in darkness. Some access actually have electricity, but from that particular access towards Ifako, towards Bariga, some access of Bariga, like that, in that Bagada province, no electricity since Friday last week. Today is Thursday for a whole week in a busy commercial city as Lagos, where you know how expensive it is to buy petrol, to buy a generator, and a couple of homes actually self-provide water. You pump water yourself. You no longer rely on the public water system. And when you hear scenarios like this in modern day Nigeria, nobody is held accountable.
When you have a government that is elitist, Esther, this is what you suffer. That place, I can guess, is not under Band A.
So you're saying that they pay attention to Band A?
Exactly.
So if there's a fault, you don't repair it just because it's not in Band A?
Exactly. They pay attention to Band A customer because they pay more money.
Yes. That seems racist though.
Oh,
so there are levels to this.
So
they're doing levels.
I'm telling you, like now, I am on Band A, so you talk to me with gentleness. You are talking to a big man. You can imagine ordinary life is not a status symbol in Nigeria, Esther. And this is not laughable, Abi.
Hell.
Nigerians, I pity you. The people that are supporting, this is a part of the reform, where you now use ordinary light. When God is saying, let there be light.
And there was light.
That will tell you the importance of that particular subject in the life of a human being. Now it has become a status symbol.
Presidents in Cameroon, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, they actually have electricity. Even war-torn Sudan actually has constant electricity. Nigeria actually provides electricity to these neighboring countries. I don't know if possibly we no longer provide for Niger based on what just currently happened. But if those access or those regions can have constant power supply, why should that be a major issue here?
It should though. They are reckoning more money. I told you how my own happened. Even when they provided me with prepaid meter, Esther, they gave me 3-phase meter. When I wanted them, I said, what am I running a factory? 3-phase.
You don't want 3-phase?
What am I doing with it? Eh?
What if there's no light in the two faces?
Well,
There's only one face in that your area.
It's not possible. They can never take light in one face and the other one will remain. It's not possible. They gave me 3 faces that I didn't ask for. They gave it to me. Apparently, somebody thought that I was talking too much. Make I see light. Eh? That is the meaning. I told you how I didn't ask for it. I just one day they say they discovered that you are having light in this area. You are having constant electricity. Therefore, you have been moved to band A customer. Just like that.
Beyond electricity,
Eh?
the federal government, specifically the president, told us that food prices have crashed. I don't think that's the case. A correspondent of ours went on the streets, specifically to the markets, to actually ask questions and get the reaction of what a couple of Nigerians are going through in regards to that. And I want us to just quickly hear their response, so it's not like we're projecting anything negative against the government of the day. Let's take a quick listen to this. All right, so there's an admittance that some of the staple food items, which were very expensive as of last year or even 3 months ago, 2 months ago, has become better. But, things like pepper, tomato, which a couple of persons can consider to be seasonal. So if the president is quite hopeful that this is what it is, although there are now some inflation in some of the prices, a couple of persons has attributed that to the Israel-Iran war. They feel that petrol prices will increase, and once that happens, transportation as well. So obviously, those who are selling would inflate the price. So generally, in this scope, with the rate of insecurity and the fact that the insecurity may actually impede the progress so far in the fact that food prices has been slashed, what is the immediate stopgap to ensure that it doesn't get to the point it was 3 months ago or 4 months ago?
There is no guarantee that it will not get back to that place.
Are you not hopeful? I mean,
No.
we could hear these are the traders, we had the malams, you had all of them, they're in the markets.
Esther, why should I be hopeful when the full bucket of Nigeria are living in IDP camp? Please, is there any hope there? What are you talking about? All this tokenism that people are celebrating, it baffles me.
You said tokenism.
Yeah, tokenism, because they met us somewhere. This rice that people are saying 50, 70. Throughout the PDP period, did you buy rice for that amount? If Tinubu return us where they met us, what is wrong? No, answer me. Why can't they take us where they met us? That is the only time I will say yes, something is happening. Yes, that is the only time I will tell you. After all, they are making more money now than PDP.
But it was worse than this
Eh?
before. So wouldn't you call it a complementary effort?
No, because I don't know what
When
they
you
have
had
done.
rice as expensive as 120, 125, reduced to 70,000, some areas
Esther,
65, it's not an
I will
improvement.
not celebrate it because that was not where they met us. If they had met us in a worse condition, Esther, listen to me. I don't know how Nigerians supporting. They're always cutting a flag for this administration. Even when things are what they will say, it don't they come down, it don't they come down. It's like this fuel now. When you wake up tomorrow and they reduce it by 10 naira, yeah, the fuel is coming down. It's now instead of 950, it's now 940. What is the difference there? What impact would that make?
You don't think it's make any impact at all?
What?
You don't think it makes any difference?
That is nothing.
So when something a little bit, no matter how tiny the difference is, that seems to be in a reduction to how terrible or expensive, you don't compliment it.
Esther, count me out. When you people want to do this, your permutations, count me out.
I'm not permutating.
Because you are telling me no matter how, which one be no matter how small. Are you living on tokenism? No, are you living on tokenism? When they drop crops on the table, you scramble for it. Then they wait for another 3 days before they give you one try, one for bread, one for what kind of thing is that?
Versatility.
Is that a life?
No, would you blame people when they say you just deliberately have a personal beef with
I
the
am,
president?
look, all you need
That no
to-
matter any good news, you don't try to look at it contextually.
They never believed in PDP. They deceived Nigerians that PDP was the devil himself. This same administration, is there any lie they did not tell Nigeria when they get into office, before they got into office? Why should I now be treating them with kid glove? What have they done? Let them take us back to where they met us. Then I will clap for them. Yes. If a man will set his house on fire, and maybe when he now came back and discovered his foolishness and started putting out the fire and all that, we should not clap for him that, it's true, try. He fought the fire. Who put the fire in the first place? Why should I clap for you? You are the one that set the fire. Put it off. Don't bring me inside it. That's what I'm saying. And you are telling me the things. What if by next month that the thing will go up again? Is that life? Is that fluctuating like a yo-yo? It goes up and comes down. It goes up and... Is that what you call life?
Man, First, don't make me laugh. These are serious issues.
Stop
using... What is a yo-yo?
Is it not a yo-yo?
Yo-yo.
Have you not entered this thing they call Jack Glover? Is it not up and down, up and down, up and down?
Is it what you call yo-yo?
It goes up like a yo-yo now, perambulating. When you wake up in the morning, you see another thing. By night, another thing will happen. And you said I should be clapping, that the thing is going up and coming down.
Okay.
If you have economic planning, can you plan with such an economy? Can you plan?
Yo-yo economy.
Can you plan with it?
Barrister Darlington, let's look at another thing that is quite imperative, okay? Healthcare delivery, access to drugs in subsidized manners, and in fact, availability of a proper healthcare system is an endemic that is plaguing this country, Barrister Darlington. Drugs are so in the rise, and there are not many Nigerians that have different health needs. There are certain drugs that they need to get, specifically those who actually survive on those drugs. Potently, those who are asthmatic, those who are diabetic, those who have high blood pressure. These are constant ailments with certain adults as young as 35 and above, even below that, are suffering high blood pressure. Some of them have diabetes, early stages of diabetes. They need to be on drugs, antiretroviral drugs, those who are going through HIV and or whatnot. These are medical commodities that are very necessary for the existence of these individuals. Inhaler for those who are asthmatics. There are those who actually have ulcer, they need specific drugs. And if your income does not commiserate with what you need to spend in buying your drugs, how do those people survive? I don't know if we have any hospital or medical center that provides subsidized prescription, that is subsidized medication to persons who cannot afford those drugs, but they have those ailments. I don't know, they actually have it in the United States, they have it in the UK as well. So based on your prescription, the state government or the federal government subsidizes for you, and based on the kind of job that you do, your income, they could even use your tax to evaluate. What I'm trying to say is that the health sector is going through a lot. Our medical professionals are traveling out of the country. Some of them are just going through providing aid and services to old people abroad, even if we know that they have the medical professionalism and capacity to take care. But the infrastructure here is not what it is. The salary is not what it is. The environment is not what it is, and we have very little of them. Most of them are even auxiliary nurses, just assisting in these hospitals. So if we have this endemic, are we saying that we're going to experience a dwindling population? What would the Ministry of Health do about this? I expect that the president should say something about this beyond just, reducing prices of food items. Health is also very important.
Esther, when they remove subsidy, this was one of the major issues that Tinubu told us that he was going to solve. That the subsidy money, he will use it to equip the hospital, equip the schools, do the road, do this. And you heard what he said. Esther, today, what happened?
Well, Professor Ade, NAFDAC director, she identified rejuvenation of the local pharmaceutical industry as a panacea for high cost of medicines in the country. That they're trying to rejuvenate the local pharmaceutical industry from eradicating fake items and all that. And that's why the drugs are very expensive.
They cannot rise up. They cannot be resuscitated because the business climate in Nigeria is too harsh.
Yeah, she said so. She said the devaluation of the naira actually accounted largely for high cost of production locally.
What are you saying? So when you know all this, why are you flogging the issue? To make matters worse, these people that always go to Davos to decide our fate and our life, these people, what's it, Bill Gates and his people, World Economic Forum, I don't know this thing they are talking about depopulating the world. So it's like every country have chosen the path to follow to reduce population. In our own case now, can't you see what is going on? All these things, don't you know where it's going? This drug issue now that you mentioned, do you know, as we are talking now, do you know how many people have dropped dead in one general hospital or the other? As we are talking here now, people are dropping dead by the minute, by the seconds. Who announces them? Who talks about them? Nobody. This light that you are complaining here in that Joke Salako, this thing, do you know how many people that have incurred health challenges because of this no light? Imagine a one-room apartment where you see mother, father, and maybe 4 children. You can imagine the health challenges that will pounce on that particular room one day with the heat and everything. No, just this is it not possible? Is it not practical? As a human being, there are certain movements you have to make. Imagine if the father and the mother fight at the same time with the children. Can they stay in that room? Can they stay in that room with no fan? So these are issues, but the government doesn't bother about these things. Your standard of living doesn't concern them. This is the light, so they say they will improve on it. You have not improved and you are extorting money from us. All these things are adding up to your dwindling standard of living. It's adding up to it. So when you are seeing all these things, it is heading towards one direction. The economy is bad and the government does not care. I learned by the 28th of this month, Tinubu will jet out again for holidays or something. Is that not true?
Yep.
He's going out.
The stress of the una don't give president wahala. You call his name morning to night. Can he sleep well when you disturb him? Let him go out of the country and go and pull his head off. Personality is always tormenting his life.
Well done. He has not done that before. Esther, on a more serious note, and let me make it clear, nobody is disturbing Tinubu. If you compare what the APC did before they came into office, we have not done 1/4 of what the APC did. It's on record. How they terrorized PDP. In a day, Lai Mohammed will issue 3 to 4 press statements lambasting PDP, lambasting Jonathan every day. They were bombarding people with propaganda, with lies. Is anybody doing that to Tinubu now? What we are talking about are current issues that he too even know that is true. I have not finished the truth in my mind, not to talk of propaganda. It's not possible. I have enough to do my analysis. So nobody is disturbing Tinubu. I challenge him to make it clear. When they went for their primaries at Taslim Balogun Stadium, opposite National Stadium in Surulere, go and check what Tinubu said on the podium against Jonathan. He even said it to Yoruba. Jonathan, Konu Opolo, he was saying it. Plus other things he said. Let somebody call and challenge me. What is worse than all those things? Tell me. They even carry the coffin of Jonathan sometime and say, you know,
True.
Is that not true? Who has done that to Tinubu? Who? Please. You see, it's unfortunate that Nigerians, they have gaslight people that you don't even know when you are right and when you are wrong. You don't know. Tinubu is telling that people are insulting. Nobody is insulting you, Mr. President. Nobody. Rather, you are the one causing problem for yourself by your action and inactions. You are the one. All the things you ought to do, are you doing them? Mr. President, do you need someone to tell you to stamp out terrorism in Nigeria? Do you need somebody to... Is that not what you swore? You swore to protect Nigerians and their properties. Are you doing so? So when we say this is wrong, is that an insult? These are the things that I don't understand. Is that insult?
President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, he has asserted that the ruling APC remains the only viable option for Nigerians. That as the administration of the president strives to improve the nation for the benefit of its citizens, if Nigerians know what is good for them, they should trust in the APC, support them in 2027. That as it stands apart now, the APC remains the only viable option. Any other option does not mean it well, does not mean it well for Nigerians. So with this current situation on ground, would you agree with the speaker? Because a couple of other persons said since the president has given the order that the criminals, those who perpetrated the horrendous act in Benue, that it will definitely happen. The chief of defense staff, the chief of army staff, even the Navy, that they will do something to fish out those terrorists who did what they did in Benue. And he also went ahead to also say something that while Nigerians continue to complain, that the president is not seeing the complaints, he's rather seeing how he can work with it to fortify his policies to make the economy better.
Esther, how can I listen to this thing you said now? That Tinubu said they should go and fish. Is it the first time he's saying it?
That was what he said in Benue yesterday.
Hold on. Is it the first time he's saying it? That's my question to you. How many times have you said this thing? How many times have they hit Benue? What come out of it? Remember that the chief of army staff was even in Benue some weeks ahead before the president came yesterday. Is that not true? It was under his word that this thing happened. And when he was asking the IGP, have no arrest been made? The man was giggling like a school girl that is reprimanded by his headmaster. He was giggling. Have you not made any arrest? And the man was laughing. If I were that president, I will sack him immediately. Before God and man, I will. I will sack him. That means he's joking with this matter. He didn't see it serious because his family members were not involved.
All right, listen.
I am telling you,
Yourself.
nothing will come out of this thing because
Why?
the other one that happened, nothing came out. Even worse things has happened, Esther. Worse things.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Evening Rush and Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We'll take a very short break. When obviously after the break, the program continues.
UBU Progress, the only progressive union Lagos branch, invites you to a powerful one-day liberation prayer summit. Theme: All Lord, heal our land. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Date: Sunday, 22nd June 2025. Time: 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Venue: Owolabi Barrack, off Branco Bus Stop, Mafoluku, Oshodi, Lagos. Come and seek the face of God for healing, deliverance, and restoration. Featuring Bishop-elect O.I. Godwin, JP, and other anointed men of God. Don't miss this divine encounter. Uli Praise 2025, proudly brought to you by the Uli Progressive Union. Union, Lagos Branch. Signed, Chief Mighty Uchechukwu Ikenso, President, Uli Progressive Union, Lagos Branch. Pastor Joaquin Igwe Peter, Chairman, Prayer Committee, UPU, Lagos. And Chief Raymond Ohabam, Public Relations Officer, Uli Progressive Union, Lagos Branch. Come and pray to God.
We're back. You guys, personality is not serious. You need to stop this. I told you. Okay, personality, we're saying something very serious.
Yes,
You need to
I
stop
know,
it.
I know. It's a
Don't you
person.
think we need prayers to
In
help
fact,
us
in fact.
resolve the issues in this
Okay,
country?
is that not what
Has it
I'm
not got to a point where we go spiritual personality?
Yes, I'm telling you,
So
I'm
what
telling
is it? Why are you finding it funny?
telling you,
Whatever advice we need to apply to ensure that we stay afloat, shouldn't we apply it? It's like, I don't understand.
You haven't killed liberate. I agree. Liberate you.
Yes, that's the essence. Okay, personality. Let's be serious for once, for real. Now, still in insecurity. So, former Attorney General of the Federation, you remember Malami, right? You know, he was one that went about the whole Nnamdi Kanu being brought in extrajudicially. Yes, extra. Was it?
With the assistant of somebody who donated his private jet.
Yes, along with the intelligence of the
Yes,
Nigerian
and
Intelligence
he was
Agency.
promised, something.
Yes, and I was trying to refer to the extraordinary rendition, exactly. So Malami is the one crying out now and blaming the government of the day. I'm actually surprised. He said that bandits, I don't like to call them bandits, they're terrorists. The court has actually said any of such persons who carry out such acts or activities with whatever weapons, they are terrorists. We shouldn't even kick it anymore and call them bandits. So the court has said that the terrorists took the lives of 200 individuals in Tadurga ward located within Zuru local government area of Kebbi State. They said the assailants reportedly numbered by more than 50 of them launched an assault on the community during the night on Monday when residents had settled into their homes. So this was like penultimate to what happened in Benue. Now, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malame, confirmed this incident in a statement which was released on Wednesday, just yesterday, by his media aide, Mohammed Bello Doka, characterizing the attack as both grievous and barbaric. Malame expressed that the heartbreaking loss of nearly 200 innocent lives represents a painful mark on the shared conscience and serves as a stark reminder of the pressing necessity for comprehensive security measures and development initiatives. So while what was going on in Benue, which obviously a report said is also more than 200, the same thing was also happening in another community, also 200 persons by these assailants, these thuggish, demonic individuals. We didn't see this one pervade the news
Exactly.
as it took center stage in Benue.
They are good at doing this type of thing. They're very, very good.
So,
That number of things cannot happen without is it the state governor?
no, former
Hold on.
Attorney General of the Federation.
Malami the state governor?
I think it is his constituency that was
Whether
hugely
it is-
affected by
whether
this.
it is or not, is the state governor, is not the state governor of that state.
In Kebbi
Let the
State.
let the state governor come out and tell us that
But
such
you
a
know,
thing.
there are talks that the state governors have been hiding or not even talking about how bad. For example, Enugu state governor has been called out for not coming out to call out whenever things like this happened. If not for the recent one in Ehamufu where there are videos and pictures, Governor Mbam may actually have kept quiet about it.
He said
So
that
the same
Enugu
thing
is
too in
the safest
Kebbi.
state.
Safest states.
Yes, but Governor Mbam said that Enugu is the safest state. When his fellow governor went to see the NSA and other security agents, he refused to go. He said his state is the safest. And you are telling me that something is not wrong somewhere. All of them are jostling for one thing or the other. I said everything has been politicized. Even to eat food now, politics are entered into the matter. I said it will get to a point in this country whereby if you want to go and buy something, they will ask you whether you are APC or the other parties before they will attend to you. The way things are going. Yes, you can see it happening. hiding the truth so that they cannot offend the Tinubu and APC. Is there any other reason? Is there any other reason? Everything has been politicized in Nigeria now, especially security of lives and property. It has now become a political issue. And you are talking of human lives. Anyway, you know one thing about whenever this thing happens in the north, Esther, if not for the humanity in me, if not for God and my conscience, I will not bother. Esther, I swear to Almighty God, I will not. Because when these people went to bring the terrorists inside this country, what were they thinking? Nobody is even looking at the root cause of this problem. Those who brought it, those who are suffering, we're supposed to prosecute them, Esther. Whenever another leader wants to talk, they don't talk generally, leaving the real issue. Especially those who brought the terrorism into Nigeria. Look at how they just maintain the criminal silence. As if they don't bother. Because their people are having upper hand. Is that not why they are talking, why they kept quiet? The last time something happened in Uromi, and some people, you saw how they reacted. But now that the other people are dying, they are killing them. You saw how they are kept quiet. Esther, is this justice? Tell me. You can see what we are talking about, one Nigeria. You can see one Nigeria. When they are killing the other people, every other person will keep silent. When the people now retaliate, they say, two wrongs does not make a right. Are you serious? Okay, if two wrongs cannot make a right, then let three wrongs make a right. You can see what we are talking. If we have been very frontal in confronting this thing, it would have ended long ago. If Buhari had continued where Jonathan stopped, this thing would have ended. But under his word, the thing escalated. Esther, it escalated, and now they are crying, blaming every Dick and Harry. I said, why I even talk about it? It's because of the humanity in me, nothing else. If not, I would all remain aloof.
We need to take
because they brought it here for selfish interest.
But finally, very briefly, the African Democratic Congress, the ADC, they have confirmed that it is nearing the completion of a major coalition deal with at least 3 former federal ministries, several prominent political figures ahead of the elections in 2027. Prince Jola Yemi Akodi, the chairman of the ADC in Kwara State during the inauguration of the party's new state secretariat, along with Olorin Shugu Road in Ilorin on Wednesday. So the event also marked the formal alignment of the ADC with the Coalition of the Protection for Democracy, called COPDEM. It's a civil society organization dedicated to grassroots mobilization and democratic education. We haven't heard Atiku Abubakar officially tell us that he has joined the ADC, but we've heard that he has supposedly left the PDP. Okay, Peter Obi says he remains with the Labour Party, but we've not seen any reconciliatory efforts between Julius Abure and Nadi Usman and all of that, despite the leadership of the faction, under the faction of Abure, coming out to say that whatever happened in the Labour Party is Peter Obi's fault and all whatnot. And then Arafai is still with the SDP. So far, he's not been saying anything. So talks of coalition and all whatnot, have they decided to just take everything under wraps and unveil later? Or are they independently on their own, pursuing their own political strides or journey while they try to do what you call grassroots mobilization in terms of recognition ahead of 2027? Because the campaign is going on right now, like serious campaign of modding, declassification, disreputation, whatever it is you can consider, is already, all the ammunition is already out there.
Esther, I like how the coalition are going on about their coming together.
Really?
Yes. One of the 48 laws of power says that you must not tell your enemy what you have in mind or direction you are going. You keep them in constant suspense, in a state of fluid. That is the only way you will overcome them. And that law works perfectly. So if they can continue to, like Atiku now have not declared where he's going, P2B is telling everybody that I'm still with you. So nothing is cast on stone. At the last minute, they will now pull the rug from under the feet of APC. That's what I'm thinking. And I wish them well. Whichever way it goes, as long as they will save us from this thing that we are seeing today, I'll be so glad, because it has never happened in the history of this country. It has never. And if we allow it to succeed, then we'll be in trouble. I'm not joking. We'll be in a very serious mess. So all men of goodwill should come together and arrest this evil that is about to befall Nigeria. Because when people are saying, we don't want a one-party state, I can never think of it. I will never dream of it. Tell me one thing they told us that we came to verify. But just one thing they said with their mouth that they will never do. We now said, okay, it's true, they mean it.
All right, it's time for us to get your reaction. It's 13 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock. We talked about the case of Nnamdi Kanu, Natasha Akpoti. We also talked about the health sector, the availability of access to drugs. So certain ailments are already plaguing, our young population. Drugs are now so expensive, and there are certain medical and healthcare needs that has not been met, and what the federal government's responsibility is towards subsidizing actually access to be able to purchase drugs. electricity in some access. Just for 2 days at a stretch, somebody has been calling and sending messages along Lagos, in Lagos State, along Bagada, towards Ifako access, Ajoke Salako, precisely, towards Bariga as well. And that they said there's been no explanation as to why there's no electricity in that access. Somebody's also sending a message here that even to rent a house along Agege, that they're going to ask you if you're a member of the APC. I'm actually shocked to get an accommodation. Seriously, I'm asking, like, are you sure? I mean, this is insane.
I have told you here, when I tell you something, go to bank with
to
that.
get accommodation.
I said I know what I'm saying.
Please, I'd like you to call and explain to us what that experience is like.
If you are not an AP, certain market will not be sold to you.
No, it's not supposed to be so.
Really?
Yes, I mean, why?
Really?
If you have your money, if you've met all the rent conditions, why would you be asked if you're a member of a political party before you get an accommodation?
You are joking. Were you not here when your lodger started their own? Before you can get shop somewhere, you must have identification of being a member of APC. Did you not treat it here? Even before 2023. Did it not happen in this Lagos? Did it not happen? Oh, you are still doubting? Really? Just wait. Let them succeed in what they want to do. Maybe that time your eyes will clear. I am telling you, that is what is good. That's the only way to rein in members. So when you have forced people to believe and support you, is that how to indicate that people love you?
Please, I sincerely need anyone who is going through this experience to share
So that
with
you
us.
do what?
I don't know. I still don't believe.
Really?
I'm still, like, seriously,
You are
to
not
get an
looking-
accommodation.
You are not looking for her then?
No, I did. 3 months ago I did, but through an agent. When he asked me if I belong to a political party, the number to call is 08036929933. Austin, can I have the phone, please? 08036929933. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. 0817175638. I think you can call me or send a message on WhatsApp for now. Austin, can I get the phone? So the number to send your messages to and possibly call for now is 0817175638. 0817175638. While I wait for Austin to provide the phone so that I can take calls, but you can call the WhatsApp number for now. So we have quite a number of messages on YouTube and also on WhatsApp. So I'm going to start with the messages while the phone is getting ready. Daniel Upong says, "Good evening, Esther, APC woman leader, Ambassador Darlington. You guys are doing a good work. Thank you." Tochiko Adele says, "Good evening. The case brought by the federal government of Nigeria against Nnamdi Kanu seems dead as to do without preempting the final judgment." Tochiko Adele says, "We therefore call that Nnamdi Kanu should be discharged and acquitted as soon as possible." Chukwuka Dennis, Ambassador Darlington, please stop disturbing yourself about FG and Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government is afraid of MNK and the Igbos. When they are tired of holding him, they will definitely release him. Abidin Ademo says, "Ambassador Darlington seems to have a knack for diverting attention. Ask him to focus on one thing and he will veer off course. Tell him to focus on issues." Ambassador Darlington talks with both mouths. Michael Ekene, Tinubu is really messing this country up big time. Pastor Vanity Van Ghost, Esther and Darlington, good evening. I'm enjoying your program from Somalia, where there is security, power, tap water, despite being a failed state. Abidin again. Whenever Ambassador Darlington is asked about President Tinubu APC, his response is invariably negative. Mark goes, "The logical government don't know what to do with your Messiah, MNK, as he has defended them in their own court." And the best, evening house, another date for complaints. Chill Passer, since APC came to this country, we never rest. Chai, they really harassed Jonathan. Now they won't let people talk. Blue Ventures, everything just became expensive since the inception of this present APC administration. Chill Passer says, "APC can't take criticism, yet when Jonathan was there, they did him so bad."
I'm telling you.
James Manu, at Abidin Ademo, Tinubu is not leading well as we thought a southern president will be different. Henry Onoche, Ambassador Darlington, your analysis is always top notch. I appreciate you for always speaking the truth and upholding your integrity. Listening to you gives hope for the common man. Lawson Amadi, Ambassador Darlington is right. The likes of Najatu Muhammad is mute on Benue killings, but was given an ultimatum when Urumi happened. Isaac Call it, Ambassador Darlington, my joy giver. Keep up the good work. Zion Shoyami, Ambassador Darlington is always on point. Please keep it up. I'm enjoying you, boss. All right, let's go on to WhatsApp. Austin, can I have the phone, please? We'll take a very short break. Let me get access to the phone. 36929933. Yes, how are you? Hello, good evening.
Hello, yes, good evening.
Good evening, Ben from IBA, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Ben from IBA, thank you.
All right, Ben, please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Fine. You see, as for any condition they are doing, a condition or coalition, anything, it is an evil man that will rule this country 2027. As for 1979, it is 46 years old. Of Nigeria, 46 years old. That's what 46. It's not approved this country for 30 years. Not has approved this country for good 30 years. Yoruba people 10 years. Bayelsa, this year. So it is become of people. So I don't say that they should carry it and give to us. Let the election be free, fair. Well, let nobody tell me that it is Tinubu done. Tinubu will complete it. It's not easy.
Ben, is it about the fact that it's a turn of Igbos, or is it about the fact that we need to get a good leader that will set this country aright with the rest of the region?
If it is the best candidate in this country, now the best governor, like the best leader Nigeria has ever produced, the history of Nigeria is P2B. Nobody like P2B. You can't check it as then. You won election 2023. I let it Mago. So I don't want something like that to happen.
Ben.
Concerning Nnamdi Kanu, Buhari said that he will follow the court proceedings. I don't want anybody to say, let's have this come and beg Tinubu. Let them follow court proceedings. So I've not seen any Yoruba man, Hausa man, or Fulani that said that Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped him. Or when we now in Onitsha or in Omoye, Fulani settlement that said that Nnamdi Kanu can be and bomb them. Nothing like that. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Let them follow court proceedings. The way this case is gone now. I did not see anything that they said Nnamdi Kanu inside there. Let somebody come and tell me that it is Nnamdi Kanu is on social media and he carry on and go and start shooting up and down. So that is what I want to hear. Thank you so much.
All right, Ben. Well done. 08036929933. That is the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. I will always tell you whenever you call. Simple instruction. Simple instruction. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
How you doing?
I'm okay.
This is Joe from
Good.
This is Joe, right?
Esther,
Sir?
it's Joe from Bariga.
Got it right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Esther, you see, in any good government of any country, you see, somebody was saying, he said you went to the market. I don't know whether your team went to the market.
Yes, I went to the market.
There was a man I was hearing at the background, and he was explaining that the what cost the cost of goods.
Yes,
the cost of goods is because of transport. If it's in a good country, the minister of transport of that nation will pick it. And then when they pick it, he will go home and utilize it and do something about transportation. The cost of transportation. Esther, you know there are so many smaller countries. There is smaller subsidy. They give subsidies to buy trailers for our farmers, for our traders. They give them that considerations. They give those things so that the cost of goods, this is the mainstay of every nation, that it will not be so high. That is why the mainstay of every nation. But here, we don't want to listen anything. We don't want to listen. All what we want is Abuja. And we can want to do construction of road. We can want to do construction of road. That is what we want to do. And then we can want to construct our hall for 31 billion naira. Please, let these things be done, Mr. of Transport. Let's listen and help these people. You know, the cost of transport will come down, and the cost of goods will come down also. Esther, this is what I want to say, please.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what has gone wrong in our country.
Thank you,
Esther,
sir.
added to this transportation is extortion.
Yes, that's also part of it too.
Extortion.
On the road while they're
It's
transporting these
even
goods.
worse than the transportation,
Okay.
especially in this Lagos. Omoye, they won't let people buy markets.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Yes, good evening. What's your name?
This is looking for a calling from Lalekwa.
All right.
Sorry, calling from Isola.
All right, go ahead.
It's first time caller.
Yay!
Welcome.
Ring bell for you.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
All right, go ahead, please.
Esther,
Sir?
to be sincere with you, I'm 20 years old.
You're
And as
20
I am
years.
now- And as I am now, I'm regretting being in Nigeria. True to God. I regret being in Nigeria. It's just like we are in another level of slavery. Inside our own country. Like we are in another level of slavery. Just imagine. Okay, Iran and Israel, they are at war. So if eventually petrol increases, crude oil increases, is it not benefiting to our country?
Wonder.
Well, it's increasing and we are suffering. I don't just understand. Agriculture that is foodstuff can go in Nigeria, then another war that is happening in another country is affecting our foodstuffs. I don't just know what's wrong with us in this country. That is another thing. Please, just continue criticizing them. Because that is what they did during Jonathan's period. Continue criticizing them.
Don't ask about them.
And also all those their cheerleaders and all those people, all those their propaganders. Anytime they talk anyhow, you just keep them quiet.
All right.
Because the best answer to a fool is silence. Just
Thank
keep
you
them
for
quiet.
calling.
That
President
was-
Teresa Badimpa.
That man at Bagada.
That's Oyebu Abadimpa.
Plus Oluokoko. Don't let them hear it. Send me the certificate.
Hello? Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. My name is Igwe Pascal. I'm calling from Maryland.
All right, Igwe Pascal from Maryland. Please go ahead.
Okay. What I want to point out, actually, it's my first time calling.
Are you serious?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome
Thank
to
you,
the family.
Barrister Darlington. Good evening.
Yes, all of you should enter the family. After all, we are not forcing you.
Go ahead, Pascal, please.
So, what I want to point out is the general institutional failure in the system. I think if the institutions are working, a lot of things will fall into place. Because the systems are not working, that is why you see a whole lot of things happening. The security, the food security, the social security, and all the security, financial security.
Hello?
Institutions are working, then every other thing will fall into place. So let Nigerians arise and ask for institutions.
Okay. Thank you.
Let
Thank you very much. 08036929933. That is the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. This is Shola, right?
No.
Okay. Tunde from Itolo.
Today, yes.
Troublemaker. All right, Tunde, go ahead.
I will talk my own.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I don't have issue with his analysis, at least today. But the only issue I have with him is this his usual way of packaging all this analysis. We ask him A, he will divert it from Z.
What did I
Now
divert?
that's about Kanu. We
Okay.
all know what Kanu did during NSAS.
Okay,
We saw the videos, we saw the statement, provocative statement. Go and burn down Lagos, go and do this, go and do that. So those things were there and clear. Why is that avoiding to say the truth about this thing?
No, but the court
Then
said
other
they couldn't
part-
link
the other
any
part
of that
also,
to
the one
the
of,
NSAS
listening,
protest.
he will be saying that as if it's the Yoruba people that are tackling Jonathan and Jonathan. What about Reverend
He
Father
didn't say
Mbaka?
Yoruba. He said
Was Father-
APC.
was Father Mbaka not-
Tunde. Hey.
Have you seen these people now? Have you
Tunde,
seen-
he said APC
Can
as
you-
an
can you
opposition
see?
then.
Hey, can you
Don't
see?
be twisty. You self, you're not coming to twist it. You put Yoruba. Now you put ethnic coloration here
Can
today
you
now.
imagine?
Oh.
Can you
Tunde.
These are the
President, let's
things,
give Tunde Igbo name. What's Igbo name should we give him?
Tunde. Don't worry, I will go and research and come back.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'll get a name for him.
Hello? Hello? All right, please kindly call back. We lost that connection. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther.
Sir?
It's Koboko. I reach you at my brother.
Koboko, you don't tell. How are you?
I get my Yala is Kappa. Nnamdi Kanu is in the SS for taking Nigeria from Togo, selected ethnic cleansing of the class, and the Ottoman Tapo against all fast kill and pay that land. The three to Kanu used in our May 2021, Abacha, June, Super Cup, and food show that transferred all over Bengal to save themselves. Where are they? The 90% of soldiers in Southeast today. Why can't they take them to Benue? 400 already for them. What they give on Ami Rock. Where is it? Okay, we will be talking about say, we didn't forget. See, I carry Nigeria border for my farm since 1960. So if you are using property to brainwash me, don't be me. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we did hear you.
You hear me?
Yes, we did hear you.
I don't know what the federal government with the Natasha case. I'm crying. That guy went there is like he wants to regret me in Nigeria. Not regret me in Nigeria, but I'm ashamed. Nigerians are dying. My three people now, several of them, we all commit and we take for darkness. Whereas we have thousands of people that are supposed to generate light. 1991 in the I tell my father to tell NEPA to off light. 2 weeks got that light, 1 week later. Can I tell NEPA to say off light? The only difference between me and the Nigerian government as a politician is I make as technicalities. And that's what I said, 3 a.m. Every time and the chairman just go preach and brought the story of separation of power. I will say about the separation of power in the National Assembly.
I wonder.
Are you hearing me? Okay, now, Nigeria said that they ransack them when you come. Not the ones that against themselves. The people that need to take them for against themselves. I want to use you on the stand like that. I'm not a fool. Nigerians are not a fool. But what can we do? Nigeria Assembly is 2 weeks ago. Saying for no votes. I've been voting since 1999. Nigeria government has never given anything as a human being. So let them use that for me. Every time I go vote for Nigeria again, my kind of took about Ashongo, kill me.
Oswane, you don't do. Nothing will happen to you. And you will vote. It is your right. It is your responsibility. It is your right. You will perform your civic right, okay? Calm down, Koboko. Calm down, sir.
Did you said the Malami said something that people were kidding?
Yes, in his constituency in Kebbi State.
Hello.
Esther,
Hello, sir.
please.
Hello,
Who
this
collected
is
that
Matthew
400 names from
in
Dubai?
Ijemu.
Sir, what's your name, please?
This is Matthew in Ijemu.
All right,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Matthew, please go ahead. Welcome.
Please, I'm appreciating what Barrister Darlington is saying. Esther, I'm from Benue State. Whatsoever that is happening in Benue State is we that is happening. Are you hearing me?
I didn't hear you.
Because I know that if you hear me, you think that he is a Hausa man. I was born in Kaduna
Okay.
when my father was in the military. I know everything, details that is happening. But it's only God will help us. Because now they are talking about Nnamdi Kanu. I know everything because they are talking about NSAC, that is what happened Nnamdi Kanu did in NSAC. I know what they are saying, but it's only God will help us. But we know that 2027, it cannot be like this again. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because I walk. I was in military before. Because of all these arrogant things, I step out and I run away. Because I don't want somebody to be eating my back. Barrister Darlington, God will help you to say the truth.
Amen.
And I know that your truth cannot be in vain.
Amen.
All right.
That is the only thing. Wherever I am, I'm ready. Even though they don't want, I'm ready to show where I am. Let them come and assassinate me and kill me. I will know that, yes,
What did you do
I'll
that
satisfy
I don't
myself
know,
for the
Matthew.
Nigeria. It's not only a Benue State. I satisfy myself for the whole Nigeria.
Yes.
And I will say the truth. And they should kill me. That is the only thing. Bye-bye.
Don't kill you. Don't do anything
You see,
to
one
you.
of the reasons why I always make references. Malami is coming out to shout that people were killed in his state. Is that not true? Esther,
Like 200 of them.
He
Terrorists.
He even made a mistake. You should have said it. There are 1,000. Esther, who collected that 400 names of terrorist sponsors in Nigeria from Dubai? Was it not him? Was it not when he was in government? What did he do with it?
All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hi, Remy.
Remy,
Wait, personality. Remy, thank you. I actually saw it. He showed me, so thank you very much. Let me do that on his behalf. So yes, Remy. Yeah, it is well. All right, go ahead. I can
Yes,
hear
we
you very
can.
well.
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Sir?
When did that one start?
Does it really mean that? Does it really mean that? Another 400 Nigerians were killed.
Yes, in Kebbi State. Yeah, Malami was one who raised the alarm.
And we are not aware. We are not aware. They want to counter what happened in Benue.
Please, guys, don't let us. This feels like. This feels like all of us
telling you.
Oh, does that mean we have normalized this thing?
I'm telling you, yes. Yes.
I mean, over 400 citizens
Since.
lost their life. And we think it's normal. Don't let it roll in.
I'm telling you.
People went to Benue, go clad in a place where they are running. Oh, I can't get it. I can't just understand this anymore.
Yes.
I don't understand anymore. People lost their life, and somebody was talking about how they abused him. Must you insert yourself in the story so you understand the essence of empathy?
I wonder.
I think for me, we need to agree. Anybody that talk about 2027 in the stream of this tragedy, I will consider such a person dumb. Because we need to fix this first. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Remy. Thank you for calling.
Telling you, so Esther, what I was telling you, should Malami, if he has any modicum of shame, should he come out and be talking? They gave you a list of terrorists disturbing Nigeria. You sat on it until you left office. And now you're telling me they killed them. Who killed them? Was it me? Esther, he couldn't identify the people that killed 200 people in Yobabi. He doesn't know them. Can you just imagine these people? You can see what we're talking about. When they call problem, they look for somebody to blame.
I turned down the volume of your radio, please. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello? All right, he's calling on WhatsApp. You can trust the connection of WhatsApp. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. I want to go good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is calling from Alabado.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
About it, Andewo.
My brother.
I
know.
Esther, I want to contribute.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, concerning the case of killing in this country. It has become a normal thing.
Yes.
You know, the problem is this. When it happened to Southeast, they will bring the Operation Python dance. What happened in Benue and other states? If it happen in other states in Southeast, you will see the whole Nigerian God, Nigeria will bring the whole battalion in this country and face that state. See, in Nigeria now, I have seen that Nigeria government, they are not ready for security of life. And one thing they forget is this. You took an oath on the day of your swearing in to protect life and properties of your citizens. And you failed to do that. Automatically you're a failure.
Exactly.
Any government who failed to do these two things, they are failure. That's one. National Assembly, who are supposed to checkmate our executive, now executive are checkmating them. National Assembly, House of Rep and and the Senators, they have fed us. They have fed Nigeria and they have fed us. Totally, judiciary has become buying and selling. My son told me that he want to read the law. I told him which law. I said if he said he want to read the law, it's better you go to Adapam in my village, Adapam, and be loading this when you get money, you use it and sponsor yourself in law. Me, I am not going to. I'm ashamed of telling myself that my son want to read the law. Which law? When the judiciary has failed Nigeria. So before, when we are supposed to say it's a hope of common man. Now it's a hope of big men, no more common man.
All right, thank you.
So if Nigeria can look at 4 things in Nigeria, judiciary number 1, fourthly is INEC.
Yes, electoral reforms. The protest
Electoral
electoral
reform is
reforms
one of the important things.
there. All right, thank you for calling. Hello, good evening, God always. Hello? God always, how are you? Good evening, how are you? Where are you calling from, please? Okay. All right, Emmanuel.
Is that your first time?
When you rush a patient to the hospital and then the doctor access the patient and the doctor is like, what you need to do now is to start praying. You need to be fine and hopelessness.
You better come back.
Don't worry, your process is done. That means someone is going to take assurance. So in the situation of Nigeria, we should pray. I tell this nation of hopelessness because I don't think God is asking to Nigeria. It is we that we need to do the needful.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you so
my
much,
brother.
Emmanuel.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you for calling.
I will send it to that Otundu at Isolo.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Okay. 08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good evening.
Batters.
Yes, Bartes calling from the better.
All right, but please go ahead.
Okay. You can see this government saying that it's reforming favoring Nigerians. You believe that I lived 7 years in Ghana. If you come back to the midnight, 1 a.m., open your tap, see water rushing. Steady night. You can look to them and see GP tank on the people's house. Government water is still rushing in Ghana up to today.
Exactly.
And this man was saying that this and that, that the price of things are coming down. Which price of things are coming down? How much are they selling a bag of rice and during PDP?
I wonder.
And today, how much? And people are still saying that the thing is coming down. Coming down where? Is it how we are buying it before?
I wonder.
We buy a bag of rice, it's not less than. If you buy too much, you buy 10,000 naira a bag. But I remember, you buy 7,000 a bag. From now to buy after this, 3,500 naira. And people are complaining that a bag of rice is coming down. You are buying a bag of rice 60, 70,000 and you say that it's coming down. I don't know what is wrong with Nigerians. I don't know. We're propaganda everywhere.
In the APC people.
But text, it's not Akbadin. It's not Akbadin, you know. We also feel like giving this man different name.
Akbadim. In fact, Abadim.
I don't know where these people are suffering, and they're not. It's not getting to their house anymore. They're single.
No.
They're single.
Let them continue to embarrass
Who
themselves.
is this? Because you're supporting your person.
As if it's all is well with you.
All right, thank you, Batax, for calling. Good evening. Thank you. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. How are you?
Hello,
Hello,
Esther,
sir.
good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. What's your name, please?
My name is Nick, calling from Ekotun.
Nick from Ikoton. Nick, how is Ikoton
Yeah.
today?
I appreciate your program.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Tell Barrister that I love him.
Hey, barrister.
I love him. In fact, if he's a woman, I will marry him.
God, I come and turn me into a woman.
Yes, because in fact, you are saying it the way it is.
Oh my God.
In fact, your analysis is like balm to some of us who are ready, who have lost hope in this country.
Can you imagine?
We don't have a country now. They are what? But now we don't have.
Don't worry, go better.
Most times I don't like
well.
talking to people who are deaf and dumb. Nigerians are deaf and dumb.
No, now don't generalize like that. It's
No,
wrong.
but that is the truth. That is the truth.
Don't
That
worry.
is the truth.
They will hear now. They will hear. They will
That
hear.
is the truth.
In 2027, they will hear.
Nigerians are deaf and dumb.
No, don't call in and insult Nigerians, Biko. Eh? Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening. Now don't tell Barrister Darlington. Paul.
Good evening,
Welcome,
brother.
Paul.
Yeah, 3 questions for the barrister. Number 1.
Yes.
What happens to the former judgment that was the is it 15
Nigerian judges,
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That one is gone. It's gone. That was,
to that judgment?
yeah, you know, it was that. Okay, go ahead.
Shouldn't the president say something or do something about the 210 trillion missing in the port?
The board of NPC, yes.
Then number 3.
3.
Is it right for a president to tell the citizens that he knows that they hate him when he went for a confidence visit? Is that maturity? Is that what should be done by a leader of a nation?
I'm telling you, man. My brother, that 15 times, you know, it was at the appeal court. It was the erudite Mark Ozekome, son, who watched it. It was at that point that the federal government now went for appeal at the Supreme Court. That is why we are where we are today. So that one is gone. Even this appeal at the Supreme Court, it is not going anywhere. It's not.
Okay.
Because most of the issues that they raised at the appeal court, which was quashed, is what they are even trying to revive here. Nothing new, nothing new.
Okay.
Then 2, what he said about, Esther, this is a serious matter. 210 trillion. Esther, 10 trillion. 600 billion is for what? For withholding charges that NMPC collected from you and me. You can see why that place is not making profit. 210 trillion. Esther, that money will clear our debt. And we are not going to have surplus in our foreign reserve. NNPC and their cronies now starting somewhere abroad. If you see the assets Nigerians have abroad, Esther, you will cry.
Hello? Hello?
Then the third one.
Yes, good evening. Sorry that I kept you a bit. I want Barrister to be done. All right, Daniel, please go ahead.
Good evening, my brother.
Okay, Esther, I don't know how the people that your colleague that went out to check about the price
Yes.
of the market, but I was specifically today, talking about yesterday today. I went to buy a bag of rice.
Okay.
It was for 82,000 naira.
Then it has already increased. This was, I think, day before yesterday.
Oh my God.
For the half it's very quickly. It is 44,000 naira. So I don't know how it is coming down.
My brother, don't
It was
blame
day before
yourself.
yesterday they went to the market.
I told you that the thing goes up and down.
It was day before yesterday they went to the market.
Media.
I'm telling you.
That he said something. Yeah, he said. Oh. I said, leave them.
If you watch some recent videos, even on the internet, there's so many, online people have
Explain.
Most of the things that Kanu said is what is happening now.
Now.
He never spoke against the Yorubas. He never said that anybody should have gone out Lagos. But they're just tweeting things, using the idol to manipulate common of things in order to just say that the Igbos did this, the Igbos did that. Most of the things that, like I said, they are happening. I don't want to generalize. There are great Yorubas who are standing on the truth, who are not happy with what is happening today. But there are some of them who are supporting because that is their own person. Or because it is
Their party.
Oh, sorry, we've lost your connection. All right,
Esther.
let me take this out. Let me check some WhatsApp messages. You have time to
Okay.
say some certain things. Okay, so I want to go into WhatsApp. I think I read most messages on YouTube at first when I was waiting for the phone. Alex Roy Cotton says, "Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. I like the way they're bringing down the billboard. I wish we can speak with one voice and be removing any billboard we see around us. APC has failed us. We don't need them again. Thank you." Okay. This person says, "Good evening to you. A president, instead of going for a condolence visit in Benue State, turned the gathering into a politician gymnastics. It's unfortunate that the plutocrats are really Nigerians, not Democrats. Secondly, NNPC are being controlled by cabals in government, including the president claiming he is a minister of petroleum. Institutions that ought to deal with corruption have become puppets in the hands of political elements. Lastly, the DSS don't have tangible evidence to nail Nnamdi Kanu's case. Allow him go." Brother Jan from Isola. "Good evening, Esther. Me. I think I love you. I love you too. I've come to the conclusion that nobody can please the world. Little wonder why the legend Ebenezer Obey sings in the 70s that you can't be wise to satisfy people. If Tinubu didn't go to Benue, you would talk. Now that he has come and spoken like a leader, he is. And also taken a decisive step. Query the service chiefs for not making arrest. Forward their intelligence report. You don't have any reason to comment on those things. But because people came out to welcome the president is your problem. How about people and Iyohu?
What
So
he said
the
was
president
wrong.
must go there naked because you said he went there in Agbada. Anyway, critics find nothing but criticism. Okay, good evening, Olga Darlington. My man of the year and Esther. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse or misuse is inevitable. For the share of shame, the governor of Benue, Aliyah, who doesn't have sympathy for his people or value the lives of his citizens. Imagine more than 200 people killed in a swoop. Do you know the amount killed under this, or the number killed under this government since when they resumed? It's making a triumphant entry of the president by compelling little children into the rain to do eye service for your president, as if all is well. They couldn't visit the incident site. A condolence visit turned 2027 endorsement rally, whereas Obi wanted to come and visit the people. The governor didn't allow him because of politics. Okay, this is from Adioba from Lagos. All right, Adioba, thank you very much for your message. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Please tell the so-called Tunde who claims to know that what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said during the NSAS saga to go and be the next witness, the DSS, against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is DK from Iba. God bless Nigeria. I just can't believe the Benue State governor is a reverend father. As a Catholic that I am, I must confess that I'm highly disappointed in the governor. He should please do something to salvage the situation of things and forget politicking. And if he doesn't know what to do, please he should resign and stop making people to laugh at me here. CSG from Akunwajo. Esther, good evening. The foreigners are the ones sponsoring the killing and terrorism in Nigeria. The news and facts are there. Also, Burkina Faso are receiving testimony to this. See the presidency is supporting this. Izinra from Ijesha. Okay, good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. I think Tunde has collected the racy baton from Peter Osifu. Hilary from Ajao. Good evening, Esther. Babatunde is Nana in Igbo name. Angel from Akunwajo. They've given Tunde Nana.
I got one Nana. I will do Tondo.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. President Tinubu said he will continue with the so-called good work of Buhari's government. Imagine to continue with the legacy of the head of the jihadist group in Africa, Muhammadu Buhari. For Mr. Tunde, he didn't pass through school, but school passed through him. Reason he always misquotes the barrister, Mr. Rufi from Ojo, Lagos. Good evening, Queen. Esther Wachiko Barca Dalent and the entire VOP family. Tinubu's economic policy is the worst thing that has happened to Nigerians. Electoral reforms is the answer. On Kanu's case, God has already intervened. My regards to my daddy, Barca Dalent and Awumor. May God hear our prayer. Amen. Prince Samuel Ofobisi Oji from Ajagunda, Papa, Lagos. Good evening. Tunde, good evening, Esther, and special greetings to my darling Darlington. Esther, last 3 Thursdays I called you 108 times. I sent a message, you clicked it, but you didn't read it. Maybe because I said you are more beautiful more than when you put on your glasses. Are you mad at me? No, no, I'm so sorry. No, that's not it. Yes, Ola best. Tunde is a fufu seller. I would like you to be ignoring him. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not the case. Trust me, that's not the case. Okay.
Tunde.
Yes.
When you on tafufu, oga.
You guys should leave Tunde. You guys should leave Nana. Okay. Good evening, Pastor Darlington, my amiable OAP. First, I want to start by saying I'm so ashamed of myself for being a Nigerian. I remember in 2014 when Tinubu went on campaigning destroying President Goodluck Jonathan's government. Now we see all what is going on. Yet Tinubu failed the government and cannot do anything. If I from Lekki, God bless Barrister Darlington. Esther, if you doubt what Barrister said about the house stuff, now let me tell you my experience. I went for a contract. To my greater surprise, the MDC of the company asked me what party do I belong to. I told him I'm not a party person. To my face, he told me I'm not yet ready for the contract. It is now APC or nothing. President, the only thing I'm grateful for is that I'm an able man despite all this hardship. My landlord still flies APC flag, yet he comes begging me for money to feed his family. If I am from Lekki, wow.
You gave me my
The price of imported rice, 50 kilograms per bag, dropped to 70 to 75,000 naira due to the market being flooded with rice from Nigerian customs warehouses. They started auction sales as ordered by the federal government about 2 months ago. Tons of rice cargo seized at the borders. Okay, he's telling us that's why it reduced. Esther, tell Barrister Darlington to learn from Rufai, opening of the Arise News. Darlington is to learn from Rufai Sini. Not everything done by Tinubu is wrong. He needs to be objective. This is from Cosmos.
Did I not provide you the evidence of my analysis?
So Abubakar Malami can now talk about insecurity and killing, where Malami was once supporting all killing that happened in Buhari's time. Nigerians are still waiting for all the people in this Tinubu's government who would come and be talking like Malami today, as if they're not guilty of what is happening today in Nigeria. Chamara from Agbara. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Kudos to you guys. You're doing a great job. I like Barrister Darlington's analysis. I believe the current government just has what it takes to move this country forward. They're only good in opposition. May God help our country. Fred Chibweze, Maduka from Yaba, Lagos. Bonsoir, Esther Wachiko and Barrister Darlington. I mentioned that Oji Kalo from Benin Republic. If Nigeria wants to be one, the only good candidate must come from Igbo minor starter and sorry for Nigeria, Free Prophet Miles Nnamdi Kanu. Good evening, Esther and Barrister. Please tell that Abidin to keep quiet. I believe he's a young man that is jeopardizing his future. Madam Elizabeth. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. During the 2023 election, my landlord told me that if I didn't vote for APC, that he would give me quit notice, and he did it.
Okay.
IK from our 12. Jeez. Wow.
Esther. What, are you still asking for evidence? I told you, it's coming. It's coming.
It's really, really shocking. This person says, Esther, can you invite this Abidin in the studio? It's like he's a paid agent. I wanted to come and interrogate Barrister Darlington on issues. Daniel from Agege. Good evening, all. 2027 election. Peter will be president, vice president, very dark man. Trace Joe from Lusata. Barrister Darlington, you're always on top. Keep it up. Chief Okoye from Ejibo. Esther, good evening and greetings to you, Barrister Darlington. I always enjoy your blunt analysis, Barrister. I must also commend you for your sound memory. Unlike we Nigerians, I easily forget past political saga. God bless you both in the studio. Jane from Ikeja.
Thank you, my brother.
This person said, is Austin running another program with the phone? I don't know. He don't give me phone.
Anyway, guys, the reason why I brought it here is so that you guys can hear. You guys heard when he said, when a guy stated that around Agege, they say if you are not voting, if you must vote APC. Okay? And you guys have heard testimonies of callers that have called in to actually to also state that one said his landlord asked him who he voted for. Once he found out it was APC, he gave him quick notice. Omo, if Nigeria, if we don't get Nigeria back, we are on our own. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It will get worse. It's not going to get better. Don't let anybody lie to you. It's not going to get better in Nigeria until everybody comes together and fight this common enemy. You already see what's happening. They're already moving towards a one-party system. You can't talk again. You can't say anything. Very soon they'll say you cannot buy food in the market if you don't have what's it called, the Yaloja. Tinubu's daughter not make it mandatory. Matter of fact, I heard allegedly that before she even listens to you, she will have you show her your APC card carrying member first before she gives you. Ha! Omo, Nigeria. Okay, oh, now here we go dey. May everybody dey hear, oh, that's why I brought it here. Make everybody dey hear. May not be like, no, may not be say, oh, I did not hear it. It's not, no, that's not possible. Look at it. It is possible. It's already happening. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.